All of my social medias are going to be located over in the link me, which will be pinned in my chat. I am a little bit sick, but, you know, I'm still going to be answering questions. Let's see. What do we have going on? Oh shit, wrong channel. I'm trying to like catch up on my clips. Because I have like so much content. I have so much content on my main channel. I literally, dude, it's like it'll take months to catch up. But yeah, I did make a couple clips for you guys. I try to make, you know, clips so that, you know, because you guys, as you guys know, most of my lives are private because on my main channel I have to edit them before I release them, which is too much work. I'd rather just make clips. But yeah, make sure you guys are leaving a thumbs up. I'm going to be hanging out here for 30 minutes, 30 minutes. And then we're going to go to my main channel. If you are not already, make sure you are subscribed to my main YouTube channel, Olive Oil Run. When you open my YouTube channel, under feature channels, you will find it. There we go. But yeah, I'm just like super duper like sick. But, oh yeah, and let me get you guys and we need to program the robot. We need to do the Nightbot thing. Yeah, okay, we're gonna do the robot. We might do the robot tonight, because, like, I do really need to get the robot going. Okay. Where do we go? There we go. Okay. Yeah, all my social medias are located in the link me, which is pinned in my chat. You could always just go into Google and type Olive Oil Run link me, and you will find it. But yeah. Right now we're gonna go check on our pizza. Like, I started baking a pizza before I started the stream. So we're gonna go check on that. You know, I feel like the best cure to, you know, being sick is eating, honestly. Whenever I'm sick, whether it's like headache, fever, like just anything, like I just eat. Eating is the best. And guys, comment if you guys agree. Like that is honestly like the best cure. Oh my God, look at my bear. Hi. Oh my God, look at this girl. Hi, baby. Oh my God. Hi. She looks cute. Look, she's looking at me. Hi. She's so little. But okay, let's go ahead and check on this. Yeah, so I made that. Okay. Perfect. All right. Hi, baby bear. Baby, are you gonna eat with mama? She's so adorable. That girl is the love of my life. And of course, there's my son. Oh, how cute are they? Hello. Yeah, I'm going to be answering questions that are appropriate, and I just wanted to come on this channel really to remind you guys, make sure you are subscribed to my main channel. You know, obviously, you guys need to have your notification bell on both channels, but you do need to be subscribed to my main channel, especially if you don't want to miss anything. You know, and also I'm going to be posting a lot more like videos on my main channel. Like, I've been trying to catch up with the clips. I have so much content on my main channel. We've done so many debates. Like, you guys, I have like thousands and thousands and thousands of like hours of content on the channel. And, you know, which like every time I do a debate or, you know, make content, I'm always like, okay, you know, I'll get to it later, you know, or I'll make sure I do these, you know, and later never comes. Because I have ADHD. So, but no, I am trying to kind of do better with that. And I'm hoping AI. No, this is not my main channel. My main channel is the one with 500K subscribers. Like, why would a channel with like fucking 10K be my main channel? Like, you guys are typical male intelligence right there. You know what? This is fucking typical retard male logic. You know, because if you think about it, you know, so you guys know how it's so like ridiculous. There's males thinking that my channel with 500K is not my main channel. The channel with 10K is my main channel. That is literally how males view women, that they're gonna, you know, pick the trash, worthless man, yeah, for whatever reason. It's like, yeah, no, you guys, like, women don't, it's like males seem to think that women like trash or something, you know, like you guys get what I'm saying? It's like you'll have like the most pathetic males, you know, unemployed, dropped out of fucking school, sit on their ass all day thinking that they deserve a woman, and what the fuck, where's all the women? I thought women loved trash. It's like, yeah, no. Dude, this is so good. Oh my god. Guys, I accidentally swallowed like a huge piece of like crust. It fucking scared the shit out of me. It's so good. I've like had this pizza multiple times. Like, this is California Pizza Kitchen, and when I was in college, literally, so you know how like a lot of people, you know, eat ramen when they're in college. This was my ramen, California Pizza Kitchen pizza. My version of ramen. It's easy. You know, it's good. And then what I do, you know, it's crazy I talk about, oh, back when I was in college, like, it was just like last year. I was like, I'll like take Chick-fil-A sauce, which I don't think I have any. And where the fuck's my ketchup, matter of fact? Oh, there it is. I'll like take mayonnaise, spicy chipotle mayo, ketchup, Chick-fil-A sauce, and Polynesian sauce was my favorite. So this is a, oh shit, I didn't mean to get it on there. Classic OOR, Lavoil Run. Dude, like, I'd also eat this for breakfast too, like I didn't care, but we're gonna add a glaze on this, actually, before I forget. But, yeah, make sure you guys are leaving a thumbs up. All of my social medias are located over in the link me, which is pinned in my chat. You guys, I wouldn't put mayonnaise on pizza. It was chipotle mayo. It's different, chipotle mayo. And by the way, you guys, ranch is basically mayonnaise. Like, you guys eat pizza and ranch? Well, that's mayonnaise, basically. So, yeah, I used to eat this, like, almost every day when I was in college. Except, you know, imagine, like, Chick-fil-A sauce and, like, Polynesian sauce. Like, that's, you know, how I'd eat it. But, I don't know. Fucking mayonnaise on pizza is like so good. Like, you don't literally put the mayonnaise on the pizza. You dip it, like, you know, it's like it's chicken nuggets or French fries. How am I? I'm doing so terrible. Like, I'm sick. Like my nose is clogged. Like, did I not tell you guys at the beginning of this that I'm, really sick? So, which, by the way, I fully blame you, Moids. It's like, I can't help but notice. Every fucking time. Every time I do debates, and there's Moids participating in the debates, which we did the last 2 days, I get sick. It's like, I really do think that you Moids have, like, like the nasty, sick Moid energy, or like the Y chromosome virus. Something's up, Okay, I kind of fucked up because I put the ketchup on the paper. 1 second, you guys, let me sort this out. Because I want to lay down like I'm going to get this in my room. Yeah, there we go. Fixed. Yeah, we're going to go eat in the room. Because I do not have furniture yet. Like, yeah, literally, there's no stools, no nothing. Oh yeah, just so you guys know, I literally just moved into this place. Like, I just bought this place very, very recently. And which is also why I've been, like, not as active. Just so you guys know, I've been moving. First of all, packing was the whole thing itself. But then 2, unpacking, and it's just a lot of work. Just so much work. I actually hired help. And honestly, ever since I hired help, like literally, I had help come twice. And dude, it's like in just like a couple hours, the maids I hired to unpack for me or like, sort out my place for me. They do in just a few hours what I'm able to do in a month. So it's crazy. So yeah, no, life hack. Whenever you buy a house, don't unpack it yourself, just hire people. Hire people that know what they're doing. Wait, what is that? Man, I would never let a Moid anywhere near my place. Look, no offense, guys, but I spent a lot of money on this place, okay? Like, a lot of money. I'm not just gonna squander it away by letting a Moid touch my place. If I ever let a Moid step foot into my house, like, bro, like, there goes 80% of the value. And I spent a lot of money. A lot. Like, I'm talking like a fucking truck. A lot of money as in like a truck filled with cash. So, literally. Oh my god, do we have other female homeowners here? Wow! But yeah, no, literally, it's like, dude, it's like males are so delusional. If you're a girl here, isn't it crazy how these males are so delusional? It's like they think that we're gonna like move them into our like fucking Barbie house. It's like, what are you guys thinking? Why would we do that? Oh, I don't know anything about trucks. Like, I am not a car girl. Like, at all. I'm honestly like, I actually don't like cars. I think that they shouldn't exist, honestly. I think that they're awful for the environment. And like, don't get me wrong, like, I drive in cars, I have cars, but I'm very, like, you know, I secretly hate cars because it's like, you're terrible for the environment. You're a fucking 1,000 pound plus hunk of metal, a fucking death machine. They're unnecessary. I don't know, like, I hate all cars because they're bad for the environment and our death machines, our death traps. I feel the same about planes too, honestly. But no, but more so cars, but and then, dude, I've had the same male who's like came into my chat for like months or like at this point a year. How was law school? How many times do I need to tell you guys? I don't need to go, or as of right now, I've decided that I don't want to do that. I know I took my LSAT and I got a good score on my LSAT and everything, but I don't want to go. You know, I just bought a, man, I'm gonna just put it like this. I just bought a 5-bedroom house, okay? I have 3 cats. I have a 5-bedroom house. I just got my Barbie dream house, like, and, you know, my priorities are not, like, fucking, you know, going to boring-ass law school when I don't need to do that. Why do I need to waste a bunch of time doing that? You know? I have unpacking to do. You know, my priorities are not law school. My priority is designing my Barbie room, my Barbie candy room, my Barbie office, and petting my cats. But it's just, do you guys want to know why I passed up going to law school? You know, or going to some place like Harvard Law, Yale Law. Do you guys actually want to know why I did it? Because I don't want nothing to do with you nasty moids, and I don't give a fuck if it means passing up fucking Harvard or Yale. I want nothing to do with you nasty orangutans. Don't care. Don't care. There's moids. Yeah, skirt, skirt. My fucking nose can't take it. You guys smell like shit, so that's why I passed up, you know, going to some place like Harvard or Yale. Oh, I take the LSAT? Oh, yeah, I did. I think I got like a... Is it a 173 or 176? So, yeah, no, I took the LSAT a long time ago. I took the LSAT when I was like my, I think I was like my junior year. No, yeah, it was the junior year. And that's when I started getting alopecia. Okay, just so you guys know, by the way, don't do this. My junior year of college, I was studying for my LSAT while studying for my finals and midterms. But it was during my finals, like I literally started getting bald spots on the back of my head, alopecia areata. And like I felt like I was fine. I was like, oh, like I'm not stressed. Like what the fuck? Like I felt like just as fine as I feel now. But no, I mean it's so weird. It's the only time I've ever had it, and the last time I've ever had alopecia areata. But dude, like honestly, the LSAT is a little bit of a headache. You know, it's not hard. You just need to get a feel, like you just need to understand how to like read the question. Like, do you guys get what I'm saying? It's like the best way to explain the LSAT is like, you know, when you're texting with a retard, like a male. If you read like a retarded male's text like at face value, it's like I don't know what they're saying, but then when you understand, oh, this is a retarded man, you know, you get to feel like, oh, this is a retard, then you kind of start to understand. That's the best way to put the LSAT, like literally. So no, it is a little bit annoying. If you ever studied for the LSAT, like you know what I mean by this. So no, it's true. You guys are stupid. You know, and I know we've all texted a really dumb guy, and it's like, what does he say? Oh, he's a retard, and then it starts to click. I'm just trying to explain to you guys, like, what taking the LSAT's like, you know? Like, I'm not trying to, like, holy shit, holy emotional moids. Like, you guys know what I mean. Furnishing Barbie room, you know, my job is to be happy, slay the moids, slay my enemies, be happy, and pet my cats. So, like I said, I'm not saying that I'm never gonna do it, but I'm definitely saying I'm not gonna be doing it next week, next month, very likely this year or the next year after, and 2 years after that. So, like, yeah, like, why do I have to go to law school just because I took the LSAT? Or just because I can? Like, why do I have to do it? You know, there's a lot of things that I can do that I don't do. You know, I could technically find you and go beat your ass and fucking beat you into a puddle, but I won't do it. You know, so it's like, yeah, and also, you guys, this is like not the first time that I've gotten this reaction. It's like a lot of the friends that I know personally, or like people that I knew in my personal life, because like everybody knew that I was like taking the LSAT. I told everyone. And everybody, you know, I showed all the people in my personal life my LSAT score, like they all knew everything, right? And then, you know, then they were like, oh, you know, why aren't you going to law school, or how's, and it's like, oh, I'm not going. It's like, well, why? Like, and it's like, bitch, it's oh, well, you could have done this. It's like, you know, I could have also fucking sucker punched you, bitch, but I didn't do that. Like you guys get what I'm saying? Like, I hate when people, you know, conflate, you know, opportunity with obligation. That's exactly what it is. It's like, yeah, just because somebody has the opportunity to do something doesn't mean that they have to, like, at all. The LSAT is like a exam you take to get into law school. You know, it's basically like the SAT, but except the LSAT's required. So, you know how when you apply to college, you had to take the SAT or the ACT. So it's that, but the LSAT is pretty much, you know, it's gonna decide where you could go. It's a placement test, basically. All of these standardized tests are basically a placement test. Yeah, and like I said, people could do what they want. Like, you know, people go to law school and do things for all types of different reasons, you know? Some people go to law school, and this is like 50% of the people that go to law school, okay? Some people go to law school because they're genuinely passionate, right? There's something that they genuinely, you know, for example, maybe people want to be an immigration lawyer because they genuinely are passionate about these things, right? Or they want to do, maybe they want to do criminal defense for whatever reason. They're passionate about it. Or they want to be a divorce lawyer. They're very passionate, right? I mean, I think that's why at least half of the people that go to law school go. The other half of the people that go to law school, you know, for them, it's more, I mean, I know for me, I just wanted to be laying on a big pile of money, you know, so that was really it for me. And I do have a lot of things that I'm passionate about, you know, but you don't have to go to law school to, like, you know, what's the word? Help, you know, or like, you know, have a positive impact on whatever you're passionate about, you know. Like, do you guys get what I'm saying? So, literally, yeah. So for me, it just, you know, and also the year after I graduated, like, I was genuinely so conflicted, like, oh my God, like, should I go anyways? And should I just try to do YouTube and stream like I did in college? Like, I really wanted to do that. You know, and the only reason I wanted to do that is not because I cared about being a lawyer. It's just because, oh, fuck, man, like, but I took the LSAT, or, man, I wasted a bunch of fucking time on the LSAT. Like, that's how I was thinking. So I was like, I mean, should I just try to make it work? And you know, but then, you know, the logical part of me was like, wait, what I should do is I should just wait, you know. Logical Olive was like, just wait, just wait and think about it, and I know I had friends that were going to that were going to be attending law school. Why don't I just wait to think? And also, I could see what the workload is like, and compare it to the workload I had in college. And that's exactly what I did. And then I heard the workload and I was like, yeah, this is significantly college is, and it's not about it being hard, guys. It's about the investment, right? It's like, it's a much larger time investment. And also, going to law school is not something you could really, you know, hold on. It's, you don't really want to, what's the word? When you're in law school, you don't, really want to just half-ass your way through law school because there are rankings, and where you rank at your law school is very important. And also, you need to be able to pass your bar exam. So, you could finish law school, yeah, you could half-ass your way through, but, there's a bar exam that you need to take if you want the JD. And a JD, that's a Juris Doctorate, which is literally like a doctor, like you're a doctor in law. So this is not no fucking college diploma. So college is basically retard work compared to, or at least with law school. But I'm sure probably a lot of different. Maybe it's all grad school, whatever. Maybe it's but I'm only familiar with law school because that's where I was gonna go. But yeah, so it's not something you want to half-ass. It's a large investment in time wise. It's a lot of reading. It's a lot of reading, and it's gonna be reading you don't. It's not like it's gonna be fun reading. It's not like you're gonna get to read about Batman. No, it's a lot. So, and I just realized that what the fuck's the point of doing this? It's first of all, I'm already ahead of all law school graduates. Man, I'm ahead of many working lawyers. It's why would I do this? This doesn't make sense. So when I saw the workload, that's when I really realized it's for what? Just so I could say that I did it. It's it's that was never the reason I wanted to be a lawyer. Just so you guys know, I don't care about anybody's opinion. I've never really had any value for moids or people in general. I don't care about anybody's opinion, honestly. Anybody with an opinion is by default fucking, worthless and doesn't matter. So it's if I went to law school despite knowing the large time investment, it's I'd really only be going just to be able to say I did it. And which is not me. It's the reason I wanted to go to begin with was just to make a bunch of money. But keep in mind, you guys, while I was in college, I was streaming. I was doing YouTube the whole time, and things and things change, right? So things change, and it doesn't make sense anymore. Was it hard for me? No, it's not. I mean, it's a large time investment. When I was studying for my LSAT, dude, it was a huge time investment, I think when I did my diagnostic, I got a 164 or something like that, which, it's not a bad score. 164 is for a diagnostic, it's fine, but I was trying to obviously move to 170. So, basically if you want to get into a decent law school, you need to have an LSAT of 170. But so it was 164 and I started studying for the LSAT, and literally for the first month or at the beginning when I first started studying for the LSAT, when I took my next diagnostic, I literally got the exact same score or maybe 2 points more, and I was raging, man. I'm what the fuck? What is this? No, this is just, no, fuck this shit. This is a retarded test. It's those that know, I'm sure many of you guys go through this. Bitch, there's no way this is me. This test is a retarded test, male brain ridden test. Because with the LSAT, a lot of the questions, so the way they do the questions and answers, basically they will have two answers that are literally mean the exact same thing. There might literally just be one word differently or worded differently, but they mean the fucking same thing. So that was something that really pissed me off a lot when I was studying for my LSAT. It's like, how the fuck am I supposed to, if these two things say the exact same thing, how am I supposed to know? And honestly, dude, even when I like took my LSAT, like my actual LSAT, like the test, it's like I got like a 173, right? Which is good, but I'm sure I like missed some of those, where it's like the same thing, it's like with shit like that, you just need to flip a coin. Because, if any of you guys are studying for your LSAT, I don't know what to tell you when it comes to those questions that you know what I'm talking about. Two exact same answers worded differently. Just flip a coin, bro. Like, that's what I did. But anyways, but most of the test, like 99% of it, is just knowing how to read it. Knowing how to read it. But anyways, what was I gonna say? And that's my... Oh, if you guys want to know what section of the test actually, my best section on the test was logic games. I didn't even have to study for the logic games. The logic games, most times I'd get them all correct because logic games are fucking easy, honestly. Like, basically, if you are good at math, like whatsoever, even if you're just good at algebra, you should do well on logic games. Like, unless you're completely bad at math, like, it's like, because, people that are like good at math and you don't even if you're just good at algebra, like, you have a more logical brain, right? And so logic games are easy, but unfortunately, so when I took my LSAT, that was actually the LSAT that I took was the last test before they changed it. If you guys don't know, they permanently changed the LSAT and they removed the logic games, unfortunately. So I remember hearing the news, like it was literally before I was going to register, and I heard the news that they were removing the logic games, and I was freaking out, but I was like, well, thankfully, I could take this test window, and I could still get the logic games, because, like, yeah, no, literally, if it weren't for the logic games, dude, like, I don't think I would have gotten a 173, dude. I probably would have been, like, a 167 or 165. Because, yeah, no, my worst section was, like, the reading comp. Like, the paragraphs. Logical reasoning was pretty good. Logic games was perfect. Like, I wouldn't miss any. At most, you might miss one. Really, I wouldn't miss any. Logical reasoning, barely missed any. It's like on my practice exams, I use 20 questions each. Logical reasoning, usually 0. For logic games, 0. Logical reasoning, I might miss like 1 or 2. 3 sometimes. But reading comp, no, that's where I miss the most. Sometimes I'll miss like 4 or 5, because like, dude, honestly, it's like if you've ever taken a LSAT or a practice LSAT, you know what and also logical reasoning does the same thing too, with the 2 answers being the same. But dude, reading comp is like a fucking pain in the ass, and it doesn't mean you don't have good reading composition. It's just that the test is like stupid. It's like sometimes you'll go back and review your answers, and it's like, I still have no fucking idea how what I picked wasn't right, so sometimes it's more, like I said, it's just you need to understand how to read the, what's the word? How to read the test and get a feel for it, and I think, like, reading comp is harder to do that. Also, I feel like another problem with reading comp is, like, the readings are so fucking boring. Like, you're having to read these, like, long stories about stupid stuff you don't care about. Like, I remember on, like, my actual test, like, on my test day, I don't even remember, like, it was something along the lines of, like, soil, like it was some kind of, geotech engineering bullshit about, like, oh, the soil, this, but there's this composite thing, like, there's a little bit of science, which you don't need to know about the science, but it's like, if you're reading about something you have no idea about, you're obviously not able to Google, what does this mean? Let me Google a photo. You're not able to Google those things. So yeah, it's going to be harder to understand, and you just need to be like, oh, okay, I'm just going to guesstimate, and I'm going to try to do my best to make the best assumptions I can. So I think that's part of why reading comp is, at least for me, was the hardest. But... Oh yeah, that too, Rom. Yes, absolutely. So another reason, so the reason why I passed up going to Harvard or Yale Law is because not only are there moids, and I don't want nothing to do with you nasty moids, but then too, you guys are right. Law, unfortunately, is going to be one of the first jobs that are completely replaced with AI. I actually think that, you know what? I think that the day that AI replaces software engineers will be the day. Yeah, I think AI will replace lawyers a day early, just 1 or 2 business days like earlier before they replace the software engineers. Because you know what? Why wouldn't it? Obviously you need somebody to show up and represent you, but you even see it happening today. It's like there's online AI law, there's like LegalZoom. It's like the demand for lawyers is just going down. I think public defense is probably going to be safe for a while. I don't know how long that'll be. I mean, they could replace all of public defense overnight, just AI lawyers, AI attorneys, right? They could like what else? Like I mean, you don't really need lawyers anymore, even like a contract lawyer, right? Which is basically a control F lawyer. You're basically a overpaid control F lawyer, which is what a contract attorney is. Yeah, no, yeah, replaced by AI, like that's already been done. So it's just a total waste of time, in my opinion. Like, and I'm not telling you guys not to go to law school. I'm not telling you guys, it's like, I don't know, like I'm like I don't work in AI. I don't know shit, but it's like if you guys want my opinion, or if you guys want to hear why I didn't do it, like it wasn't just one reason, it was a multitude of things. But I don't really, all I'm going to say is if you are somebody that is going to law school in hopes of a large return financially, I wouldn't do that. Especially if you're taking out a loan. Like, I think the worst thing you could do, like, I feel bad for people that are like going to law school and taking out huge loans. It's like, yeah, those people have fucked up their life permanently. Because, like, it's very expensive, right? If you're having to take out a loan. And that's a great way to permanently fuck up your life. Like, what are you going to do if you don't get hired? And that shit's collecting interest. It's like, and also, those types of loans are the only loans in the world where you cannot file for bankruptcy. It's not like you could, oh, just gonna file for bankruptcy. So yeah, you're really gonna permanently ruin your life taking on any kind of debt for like education, right? And not paying it back. So don't ever do that. Literally, ever, 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 ever. They won't even let you file for bankruptcy. So literally, at least if you do a business loan or any other loan, you could file for bankruptcy. You can't even do that with education. So don't, like, in general, you don't want to be taking out any loans for your school, unless, yeah, in the world we live in today, don't take out any loans for your school whatsoever, no matter what it is. Maybe 20 years ago it just would have been fine, risk free or very low risk, but no, today, like, you'd be a retard to do that. So like I said, you guys asked me why I passed up going to like Harvard or Yale Law, even though I already took the LSAT, or why would you pass that up? Well, there's your answer. It just doesn't make any sense. What, so I could say that I did it? So I need to spend hours and hours and years of my life just so I could say something. Like, it just seemed a little bit ridiculous to me. Or at most, I'd have a fucking piece of paper to put on my wall. Which, by the way, like, I'm not a fan of hanging up the diplomas, honestly. Like, I feel like it's very, it's not very aesthetic and doesn't even, like, fit my aesthetic. So, yeah, no, I wouldn't even hang the shit up. So it would just be, like, just to say, I did it. So, don't care. Literally same. Like, what I do is I just like leave mine in my folder. All of my diplomas, all like literally, I consider like diplomas and like all of all of those things as like documents, like no different than a birth certificate, and it's literally stored with my birth certificate. So, and you guys, even when I went to law school, it wasn't like I was planning on running away from YouTube. Even like pre-AI, even like as I was like studying for my LSAT and fully planning on going to law school, do you guys understand that like I had no intentions of leaving YouTube? like, why the fuck would I leave YouTube? You know, so yeah, no, I had never like, oh, this is gonna be my escape plan from YouTube. It's like, no, YouTube would have not gone anywhere. You know, if you guys want to know what kind of lawyer I wanted to be, back when I was, you know, I guess like junior year of college, you know, before I decided to pass up going to law school, I wanted to be, honestly, like for me, like I just wanted whatever paid the most, honestly, like class action or like be an ambulance chaser. But no, seriously, because you know, you guys, like at the end of the day, man, it's like people have different goals, right? You know, people are motivated by different things, and for me, like you need to remember that all my entire goal with law school is I just wanted to be laying on a big pile of money. Those were my career goals. So, you know, at first I was like, yeah, you know, class motherfucking action, you know, plenty of and which, by the way, if you guys want to know why class action, you know, a basic rule in life is, you know, whenever you're winning, someone's losing. Whenever you're getting richer, someone's losing money. And like there are so many retards that will like just sell their fucking trauma for like pennies basically. And I don't really think that being a class action lawyer is like I don't think it's not ethical because you know what, no one's forcing them to fucking sign to sell away their trauma. It's like they're the fucking retards. And like I literally know because like I had a friend. I'm not friends with this bitch, but I knew of this girl who was very stupid and she was ready to sign away her trauma to a class action lawyer. But she you know, but she asked me to like review the document, and I was like, yeah, you know, you're selling your trauma for $700. And then she was like, what? And then she got her own private lawyer, and then she ended up getting, instead of $700, she ended up getting 200K in a settlement because she was gonna, and guess who would have got that 200K had she signed those documents? That's basically what class action is. So and yeah, and just so you guys know, if you ever have something, if you're ever wronged like that, you don't ever sign class action. This is what stupid people do, because when you sign class action, you are quite literally like selling your trauma for a couple peanuts. But that's why there's so much money in class action. But also there's like you know, like I mean it's not as bad as like being like a judge or like criminal defense. Yeah, I guess that's kind of risky too, but you know, I think you guys get the point. But and then later on, then I like was thinking, well, should I just become a divorce lawyer? Because like that's when, you know, it was my junior year of college. I started to become more aware of. I obviously knew what the fuck feminism was, but I really became more, you know, like, so I've always been aware of feminism and all of these things, but I didn't know that there were women still suffering. I didn't know that there were women that were still being abused by men, or that it happened to this magnitude. I genuinely believed that it was very rare and it almost never happened. So my junior year of college, I realized that that is not true at all. That is couldn't be further from the truth. And you know, and I got very angry, and I felt very passionate. So I thought about being a divorce lawyer too. But I think you guys get my point. So that's where those were my goals as a lawyer, my junior year of college. You know, so basically what I do on YouTube, just attack the moids, slaughter slay the moids. You know, so like regardless, I mean, I would have ended up doing what I'm doing right now, just beating on the moids. So except it would be in a courtroom and paperwork and shit. I mean, what the fuck's the difference? Same thing. So, but now that I think about it, it's a good thing that I didn't do it because I don't think the girls need me anymore. Girls are no longer getting married, so yeah, they don't need me anymore. So it looks like, you know, so which is a good thing, you know, because yeah, but you know, especially now, obviously, I think we all agree that like feminism and all this has like skyrocketed, like literally ballooned in just the last few years, you know, which is a good thing. But I think that, you know, like I think that the demand for divorce lawyers, like in the next like 5, 10 years, like it's going to be like literally a fraction of what it used to be. I got a 500K loan for a plastic surgery course at Harvard. A plastic surgery course? I'm gonna pay it off easy when I start working in 5 years, when I complete a plastic surgery course. All right, man. I'm sure you'll, I'm sure you'll totally crush that plastic surgery class you bought for 500K at Harvard. You know, I've never heard of a plastic surgery course. But usually Harvard's very good with like giving you know, unless your parents are like, ultra wealthy, like, yeah, pretty much you get in for free. Like anybody that wants aid at Harvard, like you go for free. I mean, they're usually pretty good with that. So, I mean, if you get into like somewhere like Harvard or Yale, you don't need to worry about money. Or I know for sure Harvard's like that. What do you think about the Meta lawsuits? Um, Honestly, you guys, I think it's really stupid, honestly. Um, Especially like the lawsuits that I think that are first of all, why is Meta being like I kind of feel like yeah, this is what kind of makes it nonsense, you know. Um, You know how like Meta, there's been a lot of lawsuits. Like one of the biggest lawsuits are endangering our kids, or us parents don't like the way that you're raising our children. Meta, you aren't raising our son right on your Instagram platform. It's just so stupid because where's all the kick lawsuits? You know, parents. It's like okay, you guys want to this kind of reminds me of Michael Jackson. You know how like parents heard that there was a lot of money in like accusing, someone because they had a playground in their backyard. Oh, my son too. It's like, it's like, do you guys get what I'm saying? Like what's going on with Meta and these fucking like parents? Is literally just I don't know. It just reminds me of the Michael Jackson thing. And if you guys ask me, you guys know I hate all men and you're all guilty, but I actually don't think Michael Jackson did it, honestly. And I have really good judgment. You know what? He's not even in the fucking Epstein files. So, yeah, no. If to the people that thought he was guilty, it's like I mean, I always kind of thought that it was weird. Like, why are all these parents acting like kind of acting like whores right now? And it just didn't really add up, by the way, because like, do you guys get what I'm saying? It's like I found like Michael Jackson's like story pretty credible. I never had a childhood of my own. I never got to be happy, so I'd like to see others be happy. I mean, that's pretty, like you guys get what I'm saying. And also he just didn't really seem like the dude that would like do that. It's like I think we all know what the usual suspect looks like. So yeah, like I don't know, you guys, like I could be wrong, like I wasn't there, but like it's just my opinion. But I think the lawsuits against Meta for not raising parents as children right is ridiculous. It's really stupid. Or causing depression, it's ridiculous and it is stupid. And these parents are the people that are filing these lawsuits are full of shit. They're only doing it because they heard there was a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. That's why you don't hear these lawsuits happening to their actual horrible platform like Kick. It's only Instagram. Why isn't Kick getting the same lawsuits? Well, there's not the money's not there for Kick. It's like you sue Kick, you might get like half a peanut. So that's why, just so you guys know. I totally agree. Like, I think that, Michael Jackson, the sad thing is this is probably just like an innocent guy that was just trying to like make, like, honestly, like, I take what he says at face value. He's never given a reason to believe that he was a pred, it's like, and I feel like, the males that like give reason to believe that they're a pred are like males that'll literally flat out say, oh, talk about purity or say like weird stuff, or oh, if I had a daughter, of course she can't get an abortion. I don't care if she's 15. Like those pro-life guys, like yeah, like for me, like okay, that's and I'm not saying that all of those dudes are preds. I'm sure maybe half of those guys might not be preds. Maybe they're just retarded. But do you guys get what I'm saying? It's like there's not really been, no one's really given a reason, or I guess he hasn't given any reason to believe that he would be guilty of something like that. And I think I saw some videos from parents talking about stuff, but it's not very convincing, and I don't see any evidence, like at all. It's just not really, I think we all know what real cases look like, because unfortunately there are a lot of guilty males. There are a lot of males that really do diddle minors. They do take advantage of, children and, parents that trust them with their children. And we know what that looks like. And that's nothing like how the Michael Jackson case looked like at all. But yeah, no, like literally, I don't know. Again, you guys, it's just my opinion. Nobody knows, nobody was there. It's just speculation, right? So, but, in cases where it really does happen, there's real cases of this. Of course, it's not the parents' fault. If something happens to if you're a parent and you put your kid in volleyball and, because your kid said that they want to play volleyball and something happens, like that is not the parents' fault. Or the kid, like that's no one's fault. It's not supposed to happen. And, honestly, these males should be stoned. Males that are actually guilty of that deserve to be stoned. Welcome back, Trash. Let's see. But yeah, no, like that's exactly what it was. Those people are chasing the bag just like how they're doing with the meta lawsuits, And guys, trust me, you don't want these parents, these bag chasing parents, to be trying to sue your favorite platforms, because you know what? You guys can't complain about censorship and getting banned all the time, and then be like supporting garbage like that. Do you guys want to know why censorship? Well, this is part of it, and it's not fair that like. The people that actually use the platform have to suffer, or maybe the guidelines get tighter because for legal purposes, right? Just because you have like bag chasing parents. Like, do you guys get what I'm saying? Like, this is not good. It's like, balance is really important, right? It's like, you don't want bag chasing retards, scamming the system, but then you also don't want victims getting cheated out of what they deserve. So... They unalive Michael. I don't know, you guys. Like, I've heard a lot of conspiracy theories about Michael, which, by the way, you guys, I'm not particularly a big fan. I think the music's annoying. I just don't think he's guilty of the thing, but I'm not necessarily a fan. But I don't think that they unalive Michael. I actually don't. Michael Jackson's fate, or what happened to Michael Jackson. I mean, what happened to Elvis? I mean, doesn't this kind of happen to a lot of singers, a lot of stars? Maybe things are better now, right? Because we are more woke and we're more aware of things like this. But look at history. Look at the what happened to the Beatles. It's like. What it is I think, because they're pressured to perform, right? Because they make almost all of their money. This is why this is the way it is. These rock stars and singers, they only make all of their money doing shows, okay? Because streams on music makes like literally fractions of pennies. So all the money is made doing shows. So if you do the math, right, how many tickets can you sell per arena, right? How many tickets can you sell? And okay, and then how many shows do you need to do to make, and usually these contracts are like 20, and also you need to calculate, you need to pay for the arena. They don't own those arenas. You need to pay for this. You need to pay for the transportation. So you have a lot of large expenses, right? You have a lot of money that you need to make back. So that's a fuck ton of performance. That's a lot of shows you need to do. That's a lot of tickets you need to sell. So there's a lot of pressure on these artists to perform. You need to be energetic so people want to come to your show. You can't suck, da da da. And it's just really stressful, obviously. Obviously, like they're paid well, but it's like, I mean, how much are they working though? So, yeah, I don't know exactly what the number is, but it's like, I bet it's in the hundreds of shows. So, yeah, well, the reason why so Taylor Swift does a lot of shows, but so it's like supply and demand. Taylor Swift is able to charge $5,000 for a ticket, right? She's charging 100x what everybody else is able to charge. Most artists are only able to charge $60. Oh my god, you could be doing shows forever, $100, $300. But dude, no, she's charging a couple thousand. So she's making a lot more money, and she's not having to do as many shows. You guys follow, so. But yeah, no, literally, like I would not want to be like really the problem is taking it's the record deals, like those that's what the problem is. It isn't really being a rock star, but like the way that the record deals work is like they will, okay, here's $20 million. Okay, we're gonna give this to you and you give it back to us. And the way you're gonna give it back to us is by selling shows. So you already got your $20 million, but you need to make it back. You owe the $20 million, right? If all goes well, if all goes well, and so you got your 20 million and everything goes to plan, you just got $20 million richer if you make it back and all goes well. So it's a win-win. So, and usually it's not like I give you 20, I give you 20 and you give me 20. It's usually like I give you 10, you make me 15, something like this, right? But like I said, if all goes well, you got fronted. You were fronted this 10 mil, right? What bank's going to front that to you, right? And let's say that you did get a $10 million loan. What would the interest on this be? So that's what makes it win-win if all goes well. But if it doesn't go well, then it's like, it's a nightmare. Because that's how artists or rock stars end up completely broke. Because it's when that contract ends or when the term ends, then they come to collect. And when they come to collect, then it's collecting interest. Oh yeah, yeah, no, facts. Just so you guys know, I do have a degree in economics. This is not baseless. Like I actually know what the fuck I'm talking about. You see, this is why, like, going to college, like, is always a good investment. Like, even if AI takes all jobs and everything, it's like, you should want to learn. It's like the reason why I majored in economics is because I genuinely think this shit's cool. Like, I love money, and, like, this type of shit is just so interesting to me. If you've ever watched me late at night when I'm, like, kind of, like, laying down watching shit on YouTube, literally almost everything I watch is like economics, the market, and like because it's cool, it's entertainment. Like for me, like economics is like fucking football. Like the way you guys are like, yeah, or like so excited about football because it's cool. Electrical engineer, you went insane getting that degree. I am. But yeah, you should always want to learn, like literally, knowledge is one of the most, like, I feel like undervalued assets ever, because it's like, seriously, like, not, knowledge is power. Like, I know we all heard this in kindergarten, but it's true. It's very true. And, You know, you should never want to stop learning, right? And it doesn't matter what you're learning, as long as you never want to, never quit learning, never want to stop learning. Am I big into real estate? No, I'm not big into real estate. But I did buy a house though, which, by the way, before I bought a house, like, I never cared to have a house or anything like this. I swear to God, I swear on my life, it was when I got my son, and he was just such a monster when I first got him. He was honestly like, no, he was awful. He was attacking everybody in the house. I realized, yeah, this one bedroom apartment stuff's not gonna work with this boat anchor, with this accident. So I decided to do it. And, after I like made the purchase, or like, yeah, like when I was like pretty much just about like making the purchase, my son started getting his shit together. So now we're in a house, and I actually love the house. I'm very happy with it. I'm very happy with it. It is a lot of work, but the good news is it's like, I look forward to the fact, like, once I'm done unpacking, once I'm settled, once I'm done decorating and unpacking, I am done. Nothing else to do for a long time. For a long time. So, yeah. So that's what I look forward to. I cannot wait for the holidays to come and I could decorate and stuff like that. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. So, So yeah, I'm so glad that I didn't go to law school, because you guys, if I decided to go to law school, I'd be reading some fucking stupid garbage, you know, reading and like fucking like the highlighter and notepad at this time, and fucking reading glasses in a fucking shitty one bed, or God forbid a dorm. But now I'm living in a 5-bedroom house with all my children. And also, like, yeah, no, and I get to spend more time with my babies, look. And I love them so much. Your uncle is so Trash just said in my chat, her uncle is a lawyer, and he said verbatim, he doesn't think it's worth what someone makes to get into law now. Dude, literally facts. Like, I have a friend, and like this friend, she is having to take, and I told her not to do this, but she tried her best to get as much money as possible for law school. Obviously, she applied to almost every fucking law school in the country. But, the cheapest law school, or like the place that offered her the most, I guess, aid or whatever, she's still having to take out a loan, and basically by the time she finishes law school, and she's planning on trying to finish early, if she's able to finish in 2 years, which good luck with that. If she's able to finish in 2 years, she is going to, and also she's working part-time, by the way, so she's in law school, working part-time, and and like maybe she could do it, I don't know, but like you're not really doing yourself a favor, like trying to graduate early and work part-time. But she's gonna be in hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. She's gonna be in like $250,000, so just graduating, $250,000 in debt. That's a lot of money. $250,000 in debt. And it's like, okay, imagine she doesn't get a job, like obviously she's fucked, right? But let's say she gets a job, it's like more than likely, it's like, okay, not every lawyer, like, graduates making 150K, right? And also those lawyers that make like 250K, 300K, that's where the cost of living is like basically like a lot higher. So, and also there's not a lot of those spots either, right? So, I mean, it's just like more than likely she just went to law school to be poor. To be a broke with a fancy title. It's like, it just doesn't make any sense. So literally don't do that. I try to tell her not to do it, but I think with her, like she just, she's always wanted to be a lawyer. Like with her, when she was young, like being a lawyer was her thing. She always wanted to be a lawyer, right? And when she grew up, her parents were like, "You're gonna be a lawyer." So I think it's one of those things where it's like, oh, well, I've always wanted to be a lawyer. I can't just, quit. It's like, and it's like, I kind of get her perspective. It's like, I can't imagine like spending years of your life planning and thinking you're going to be a lawyer all just to get to the end, right? And be like, oh, I can't do this because I can't afford it. So that's a pretty tough pill to swallow, but it's better than getting into $250,000 of debt. 250K, just so you guys know. Do you guys have 250K? And it's like that money or that number, that's a very real number. Do you guys know what 250K looks like? Have you ever seen this with your eyes? Oh yeah, facts. Also making partner. And yeah, also like making partner. So, and there's partner with anything. Like you could be a partner in finance, right? But it's rare. It is really hard to get partner. Sometimes there just aren't spots. Let's say that you start working for cool lawyer firm, okay? You start working for cool lawyer firm, okay? And you're working your ass off, you're doing everything and you're doing everything right, and you know that you are the best employee, that you give it, everybody at cool lawyer firm gives it 100%, but you give it 2,000%, and you're grinding and grinding and grinding, and you're told, oh, just a few more years and you will get partner. And you get there and you don't get partner. Little do you know, they never had those spots to give to begin with. So they were never going to give any of you partner. So that's how it is sometimes. Sometimes they don't, it's kind of like, just like the NCAA or NC triple, is it double or triple A? They legally must, so the NCAA, like they legally must hold tryouts. Whether they have spots or they have any intentions of giving anyone a spot or not, they are legally required to hold tryouts. That doesn't mean that they're going to give anyone a spot. So it's just saying, it's like partner and things like that kind of work the same way. Yes. Obviously, all of these loans start collecting interest once you, like, I'm not sure if there's a grace period, but like, yeah, they eventually start collecting interest. Yes. Because if they didn't collect interest, no one would ever pay them back. So yeah, you guys, not everything is sunshine and rainbows. It's like, I feel like when we look at careers or different fields, we're just looking at the top 1%, even with like engineering, right? We're looking at engineers that like own a company or develop the product. It's like, yeah, no, the reality of being an engineer is, no, it's not a rich job. You aren't like, it's like you make good money or like decent, but you don't make enough to buy a house and no. An engineer that's making money like this, maybe his dad invented the back scratcher 5000 and his dad gave him a good position. Or maybe, little do you know, he might have developed the, electric scooter, like, you don't know. Or the fucking, like, plumber 5000, like, you don't know, you guys. Obviously, all of these, products, technology products or like car parts or all of these things were more than likely made by engineers, obviously not like a painter. So most of these super rich engineers are males with the title of males or females with the title of engineer. Yeah, no, they're not actually like working at an engineering firm. They usually own the firm or made something. Really, their real title should be like entrepreneur, scientist, or entrepreneur. So 100%. But yeah, and and it is so crazy how like I feel like I don't understand like why so many people, or like how this is still happening. It's like, how do we have so many people, it's not even just children. I see adults do this too. Even people I went to college with, and which, by the way, I went to a very good school, but as good as the school I went to, there were still retards. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, there will still be retards at a good school, and I had retards that went to my school thinking that they were gonna graduate making 300K, just because they're graduating from the school, from a good school, and I'm like, why would you make 300K? Oh, well, because this is fucking UT, and I'm like, all right, so you think that there's 300K positions for everybody in this, for everybody here to give out? You know that there's 10,000 people that graduate from here, in total, like across all the different schools, undergrad and, grad or undergrad and grad and like all the school. I'm pretty sure it was like 10,000 a year graduate. So you think they're all going to be getting 300K? And it's like just a complete retard. And just so you guys know, this was a male and he was an economics major too, but for some fucking retarded reason, this economics major going to the same school that I'm going to really believe that everybody that graduates from UT makes 300K a year. Fucking dumb fuck. So, which by the way, it is very true. There will always be retards everywhere you go. Like, no matter where you go, there's always going to be retards. One of my friends has a master's degree in software. Trash, you should come on VC and we should like talk about this. Trash, do you want to come on VC and like we could like. But yeah, no, like, literally. So Trash has a friend who has a master's degree in software engineering and is going for a PhD. Which, by the way, why is he going? It's like, why is he going to get a PhD? And makes the same as an LTech. So, and like, I don't understand why these people do this. It's like these people that don't make a lot. It's like, why do you go back for a PhD? Definitely. Yeah, definitely message me like what night works. Because, yeah, no, like, this would definitely be like a really good video idea. Spread awareness. And like, just so you guys know, like, I'm not anti-education. I'm just anti-being delusional. Like, I don't think it's good to get people's hopes up, get people thinking that, oh, if I get a PhD, I make $1 million a year. Because it's just going to lead to retards getting themselves into debt, Do you guys get what I'm saying? Just more poverty. And like, also, it's not good for the economy. Yeah, actually, these student loans are very bad for the economy because people get into debt, people have less money, they're spending less, there's less economic, there's no. Because when people spend less, it's like, who's going to stimulate the fucking economy? It's like, you guys feel what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's fucked up. And at best, you're a worthless sack of shit. Nobody loves you. So, Best is a retard. Or, you know what, Best? You said that you want to debate? You fucking retard. Best wants to debate. Let me guess, Best, you're a retard with a couple $100K in debt. And, you just heard that you're just realizing that you permanently fucked up your life. Sure, man. Sure. And if you want to debate, come into the VC. I'd love to hear this one out. Love to hear how you ruined your life. So, but obviously, you guys, if you guys want to participate in the debate, you need to be respectful, or I will ban you. But Best said he could beat me in any debate. All right, I'd love to hear the debate for why you think you're going to be making 500K once you graduate, or whatever delusional bullshit. But oh my God, Slay, some delusional male that obviously ruined his life got really triggered when I started talking about how, all these retarded males in today's society, they look at the top 1% earners in these fields, it doesn't matter what field it is, and they think that it's going to be them. And the reality is it's not going to be, and they just end up in hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt that you cannot even file for bankruptcy for. Oh, it's a truck. But yeah, let's do the motherfucking debates. Guys, I will meet you guys on my main channel. Okay. But like the thing is, it's like I don't want to say that college is like a scam because I don't think it's a scam. But okay, this is the debate topic. Taking out expensive loans is retarded and a retarded investment. That's gonna be the debate. Because yeah, like getting an education, learning is never a scam, but when you're ruining your life is a different thing though. Because remember, you guys, you do not need a degree to make money. Okay, you just need, this is all the only thing you need to make money. The getting off your ass 5,000. That's it. That's it. If you have the get off your ass 5,000 bot, it doesn't matter what you do, you're gonna make money. Some male in my chat said, I asked my dream girl out on Monday and she broke my heart. I said I loved her for like 6 months. She said she doesn't know. She said she doesn't know me and called me weird. How is it weird to ask out my dream girl? Um, I mean, it's her opinion. I mean, obviously, like she felt like what you did was weird. And I mean, I don't really see the point in like thinking about it much. I mean, if she thinks that you're weird, then I mean, she obviously doesn't like you. I just like move on. It's like just because somebody is your dream person doesn't mean that they feel the same way about you. And you just got to learn how to like, shake it off and move on. Life goes on. The world doesn't care that the love of your life or dream girl Amy doesn't like the world doesn't fucking care. Like time moves. So there are people dying. There's people dying. There's people that are having to like losing loved ones, burying their children, getting diagnosed with terminal illness. Like there are people like losing limbs. Like so there's like I don't know. I just always think it's really stupid to be crying over someone doesn't like me or they don't feel the same. Like crying about feelings is just so like come on, man. What are we gonna be 5 years old forever? It's like it's one thing to cry about feelings and like they rejected me or she doesn't like whatever you're 5, whatever, man. But you need to start stacking up at 5, honestly. But like, man, the fact we have grown adults thinking they're 5, it's like you males do realize that you can't be 5 years old forever. It's like you need to grow up. It should not like you should literally not care if somebody doesn't feel the same way about you. I mean, what's there to care about? Exactly. Honestly, like, and I feel like this just goes to show like how like spoiled and privileged male and emotional males are. Honestly, I don't know what it's like to cry or feel upset or feel anything over somebody not liking me or thinking negatively about me or like not wanting to be my friend or thinking that I'm mean or weird. Like I don't give a fuck. Fuck, it's like fuck you then. Don't care. So no, I've like never like what's the word? And obviously like even me, like I've definitely like I've had so many like what's the word? Experiences where like more so like people misjudge me. People thought something of me that like completely wasn't fucking true. It's like even like now, like obviously, sometimes even with the internet, but I've had people think that I was like oh my God, actually no, it's pretty bad. I actually had some people think that I was like a bully and then like make up garbage about me, because like when I started doing YouTube, people were like, oh, she used to go to my high school and she was a more than one person did this, by the way. Oh, she was a bully. Da, da, da. And there was even one person that went as far as making up fake screenshots, on which, by the way, I don't use Snapchat and I've never used Snapchat. Like, I have Olive Oil Run, but it's completely inactive because I don't use Snapchat. It's never been my thing. But like, made a Bitmoji that looked like me and was like, oh, this is her telling me to KM to unalike. And it's like, dude, that is not me. But yeah, so that pissed me off. And anybody that knows me knows that I'm not the kind of person. And literally, like, if you guys have been watching me for a while, and like some of you guys have spent years with me, like with me, like watching me and hanging out with me on my channel, and you guys know that I'm not the type of person to just, oh fuck you ugly bit, like at all, you know. But yeah, no, I've had so many people, well, when I first started doing YouTube, try to like start rumors. She was a bully. Da da da. She bullied me. Da da da. And then also, when I was in college, like, yeah, no, I remember I had a friend introduce me to people, that she was friends with, and then like, uh, I had, then later on I found out that they like were speaking negatively. They were like, oh, she seems really materialistic or very superficial, or I don't like how, I don't like how you are whenever you're around Claire. And it's like, dude, what the fuck? Like, I was being nice. It's like, what did I do? But sometimes people will just like sometimes it has nothing to do with you. It's like they're just delusional. Obviously, so when I heard that this girl thought that I was materialistic and shallow, and oh, and whenever you're hanging out with Claire, like you're very like material, yeah, shallow too. All you do is talk about money, and I'm like, that didn't happen. What is she like? Were we in the same place? Like, is this me they're talking about? Me and this other friend? And really, she's just delusional. She's just delusional. She's just gonna see what she wants to see and don't care. So what I said to my friend is like, I was like, okay, I don't want anything to do with this. Just don't ever invite me to the same place she's going to. That's it. And I never heard about it again. And you know what? She ended up like not talking to that friend anymore eventually, which I didn't care whether she spoke to the friend or not. I was like, you know what? Like, check me out of this. I don't care to know who this is. I don't really like care to, and she was initially like, oh, maybe you could spend more time. No, I actually think the opposite. I think I should spend no time. Just don't involve me. So, no, it's not even jealousy. It's just that some people are like, you guys need to remember, like, people have different perspectives, and sometimes people really are delusional. It's like if you look like somebody that bullied them before in their life, just because you look like somebody that some people, not all people, if you look like somebody that bullied them in their past, they're gonna assume that you're a bully. Some people. If and males kind of do the same thing too. Like if you are, let's say that you have a male teacher, and if let's say your name's Claire and you have a male teacher, if that male teacher had a next named Claire, how do you think he's going to be treating her? Or if that male teacher, got rejected by a girl that looks like you, how do you think you're going to be treated? So that's why sometimes, like I said, there's no point in caring about what people think or their opinions of you because it has nothing to do with you. Notice how all these examples that I just brought up to you guys literally had nothing to do with me whatsoever. It's not my fault that the fucking jackass got rejected by a girl that looks like me. Or it's not my fault that this delusional girl, like, I don't know, maybe was picked on by a girl that looked like me, or for whatever reason, I don't know her or care. So there's never any reason to care, right? So sometimes people are just jealous. Like people that make up rumors are obviously jealous, right? And it says more about them than you, right? And usually the people that make up rumors are males, by the way. Like all of the gossipers, drama queens, it's all males, by the way. Oh my god, man. You guys have no idea. Even when I like sit and I'm thinking about like all the things that I've, like the times where I've because if you guys are new, a male came in crying about how the girl that he likes called him weird, and I'm like, dude, stop caring, because even I've had people, like, not necessarily, like, that exact way, but, like, I feel like worse, had, like, completely wrong views or opinions of me, and it's, like, crazy, I'm trying to think. Dude, it's like I had some people thinking that I was like a monster, da, da, da. And it's like just so you guys know, most people like don't think this, but you're always gonna have people that like, for whatever reason, they see something completely different than what you see in the mirror, or they see something completely different than what everybody else around you sees. You're always gonna have those people. And stop caring. Like the dumbest thing you could do is try to go to these people and change their opinion. You shouldn't. Your first mistake was caring enough to go to them and change their opinion. It's their perspective. Maybe they're right, maybe they're wrong. Who cares? Who cares? My friend is into tarot cards. She told me, dude, honestly, stop caring about people changing their minds. Like, literally, don't put your life on pause over anything. Especially somebody else. Like, she already said no, you know? And when a woman says no to you and you do things like, oh, I'm sure she'll change her mind, like, you know, you're actually being that's disrespectful. You know, that's not a good, that's a negative personality trait that you're showing because, you know what? Do you think that her voice doesn't matter? Do you think that she can't think for herself? She said no, you know, so you just need to move on and forget about this girl. She's not interested. You know, it's not complicated. I mean, you know, focus on yourself. Man, I swear it's like, dude, why don't you males have the ability to take no for an answer? You know, it's like you guys need to learn how to take, you know, what it is like you guys need to learn how to respect women more, you know? Women know what they want. Women are very intelligent and capable, and they know what they want. There's no reason it should be hard. It's very easy. You just tell yourself that it's hard. You chose to continue thinking about her. You chose to continue thinking about her so much to the point where you're telling your friends about her and please give me a tarot reading and you know, is she gonna come back? Those are choices you're making. It's like, dude, if I was running around like, tarot reader, please tell me that these, you know, that this fucking bitch that knew my friend, you know, doesn't actually think that I'm superficial and all these things. It's like if I sat around thinking about, you know, things that pissed me off, dude, I'd be angry forever. Like, I'd be spiraling. And if I chose to come on live, like, do you think that that bitch meant it? You know, like, that I'm the fucking, like, superficial and all of these things? Like, I mean, like, do you guys get what I'm saying? I'd be choosing to dwell on it. I'm choosing to, what's the word? Like, spiral over this. So if you ever feel like hung up on something that happened or someone, you're doing it to yourself and you need to accept that because the first thing to getting yourself out of this mess that you put yourself in is you really need to learn to accept that you're doing it to yourself so that you could stop. You know? I love her so much. It's really like making me angry, especially because this guy she talks to is pretending to be nice and she believes him. Dude, this is like every man, dude. Like all guys do that, you know. I hate her friend. She's trying to steal her from me. No, nobody could steal anybody from you. People are not objects. There's no such thing. There is no such thing whatsoever in any context of this person stealing. It's not. She's not an object. You know, people could only, you know, if somebody like jacked your car, like, you know, fucking punched a hole into your car window and fucking jumped in and like, you know, like, hacked your car into like start it and took it to the junkyard and sold it for part. Yeah, that's someone taking your car, right? But like, yeah, no one could take people. She is just not interested. You shouldn't care what she's doing with her life, you know? You're probably right about the male pretending to be nice and being a loser. That's every male, but who cares? You know, it's not your business. You know, let it happen. Just ignore it. Just ignore it. Just ignore it. Just ignore it. Look away. You know, you already told her, or I'm sure she's already heard at some point that this guy's a fake liar and she doesn't care. So ignore it. You know, it's crazy. It's like whenever like males get away with crimes, males commit rape and walk out of court free, males choose to ignore it. They choose not to fight the guy, right? But then when it comes to a woman like saying no, or like a woman that's making choices for herself, it's like you guys seem to not be, like if you guys could ignore all the bad press about Trump, if you could ignore all the males you knew that were accused of rape and not beat their ass, it's like, how are you guys not able to ignore like a woman making her own choices? Just ignore it like you do everything else. Like, just like learn how to stop caring. It's so crazy because it's like the things that you males should not be ignoring and be like thinking about and spiraling about are like actually look at who you guys elected. Look at all of you guys who have friends or know people that have been accused or convicted, but you don't give them the 6-piece and the soda that they need. It's like, it's so crazy how weird males are. But yeah, ignore it. At the end of the day, even though women are special and women are better than men by a long shot, and women are people, and just like how you wouldn't like it if you said no and somebody kept ignoring what you said, going against your consent or whatever, like you'd be really agitated. So, because you're a person and not an object, it's like you're gonna feel some type of way or have some type of strong opinion if, man, I already said no and this motherfucker, so stop. It's also another part of this is you need to treat people the way you want to be treated. So we should have learned this in first grade, but if you wouldn't want some, like, let's say that a girl that you wanted nothing to do with is so gross and nasty, like kept fucking like, yoo-hoo, sugar moid, I'm in love with you. And then you're like, oh, no, thank you. And then she's like, what? And then you heard, and then one of your friends is like, bro, did you hear that, like, nasty Sasha is like talking about you? What? That bitch is still talking about me? I fucking said no a week ago. Yeah, apparently nasty Sasha is going around asking for tarot readings, and trying to manifest you guys being together. You'd be like, bleh. But also you'd be angry because, man, I said no. And then nasty Sasha, and let's say that you start talking to fine Fiona, and then nasty Sasha said to you, fine Fiona's not good for you, man. Like, fine Fiona's using you. Fine Fiona's just out for your money. It's like you'd be so like, oh, leave me alone. Like, bitch, like, honestly, most of you males would chimp out, honestly. So, the women are being very kind to you by not fucking like giving you a 3-piece and a soda. But yeah, it's like you need to treat people the way you want to be treated, and you wouldn't like it if the woman you didn't like or people you said no to treated you the way you're treating these women. Okay? Like, it's one thing to be upset about something, but it's another thing to completely, be like kind of harassing someone, Oh, yeah, this is real shit. It's like, do we have like a fatherless male epidemic? Like, genuine question. Because it's like, I feel like this is something that like, it's like, bro, it's like, where's you guys, where's your mom too? Yeah, I also want to know where's your mom? Because yeah, no, also your mom too could have told you this. But yeah, no, it's like, where's mom and dad? It's like, what is up with these males? It's like, why is this the first time a lot of these males are hearing this? But anyways, you guys, just remember, no one owes you anything, okay? Right? If you got rejected from working at KFC, you wouldn't show up to KFC like, come on, or like show up in a fake uniform and like trying to sneak. No, that's literally what you guys are doing when you guys don't accept a woman's no. It's just ridiculous. No means no, okay? you know, I don't want to say that it's okay to be sad about it because I don't really agree with that. It's like it's okay to be sad about it for a day or two, but to spiral and oh, it's a week. Okay, that is a sign that you have a problem. That has nothing to do with anybody else because nobody could make you feel like this. Okay? Nobody could use their words to cause you to go into a week-long spiral or a month-long. There's no such thing. It's like that is always like the sign that there's something deeper going on with you. And really, you should be worried about calling the therapist and not calling the girl again. Really. You need to move on. Like, you know, it doesn't matter why somebody rejected you. The point is you got rejected. You know, all you could really do, you know, maybe you do have a lot wrong with you and maybe you are a giant walking red flag and you have no value. Maybe none of that's true. Maybe they just have a different perspective about you. At the end of the day, it does not matter. It doesn't matter. So leave them alone and ignore it. So it's so crazy, man. It's like I feel like I'm talking to kindergarteners, but it's like I know that you males are like the 20, 30, 50, or worse. Opinion on Andrew Tate, that he's a retard. Honestly, like, dude, like I view Andrew Tate like a meme, like a lol cow, you know. And like, dude, honestly, like I view Andrew Tate and his whole community. It's kind of like South Park. Honestly, like that's how stupid it is. It's so stupid and weird and cringe and hostless universe. Like, bro, is that not the most like meme shit ever? But the crazy thing is, it's like, no, these guys are just retarded. They actually bought hustlers. Like, it's literally like real life South Park. So, Andrew Tate made money off of girls. Like, no, Andrew Tate did not make money off of girls like me. Andrew Tate made money. First of all, you know what? This, you know what? I'm so glad I live in the United States of America, which, you know, built itself off of, you know, the worthless blood of men like you. All right? This land was built off of, the fucking, worthless flesh of men like you know, since you guys want to be, since you guys want to be retards. All right, bitch. You know, this is what I'm going to start doing. I'm just going to start literally taking every stupid thing that you males say about women or say to me, and I'm just going to spit it right back at all of you retards. Yeah. This beautiful country was made off of the nasty flesh of you moids. So, anyways, Andrew Tate is worthless. Andrew Tate has no value. And at the end of the day, okay, the purpose of money, first of all, money is supposed to make you happier and increase your quality of life. If, you know, it doesn't matter if you have a lot of money and you're constantly getting arrested, nobody fucking likes you, no woman wants anything to do with you, everybody fucking hates you, and you have a lot of women that are out for your head. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, money at that point's worthless. You know, obviously. It's like, what do you guys want money for? You want money. So, well, males want money so they could buy a beautiful woman. They could buy love, basically. Women want money so they could shopping, you know, go to the motherfucking salon and buy more cats. So, yeah, I mean, so Andrew Tate made a lot of money, but like, you know, it's literally like it's invisible money because you don't get to benefit off of it. And all of the money got seized, literally. I'm pretty sure everything's being taken back. I'm pretty sure the government already like seized almost all of the money, and all he really had was the Hustlers University course. So yeah, there was some money from the courses, but I mean, he obviously doesn't have, you know, a lot of money or compared to what he used to have. You know, it's like if I had to do an estimate of how much money Andrew Tate was left with, so we know all the assets got seized, so I'm assuming that's the money that was illegally made. So, you know, if all he had left was his course money, honestly, maybe like 5-10 million, maybe. But like, what are the legal fees though? Did he have to pay any victims? Did he have to pay any reparations? I know that he's had to, what's the word? I know that he's settled out of court with quite a few girls. So how much did he give to those? How much is left? You know, that's all I'm going to say. And okay, well, what can you do with the money? he can't buy a house anywhere because he's always on the run. He's always getting kicked out of, different states, kicked out of countries. So you can't use your money to buy stability. No woman will ever love him or want anything to do with him because of the terrible things he's done to women. So, I mean, I guess you could just hire prostitutes, so I guess that's one benefit. But, I mean, like, you guys get what I'm saying. I mean, at the end of the day, he's gonna rot in jail. He's been arrested. And I'm so thankful for Tyrone and Deshaun, who are gonna fucking knock him silly. So, and it's so crazy. It's like Tyrone and Deshaun seem to be the only ones that give a fuck about women and getting justice for women because they're the only ones fucking beating you guys' ass. Honestly, like, you know how it's a common known thing that if you go to jail for rape or being a predator or anything like this, you will get your ass beat, and who is it by? Exactly. So that's very interesting, isn't it? So Andrew Tate's gonna be paying for what he did to those women with his teeth. Mark my words, once Andrew Tate gets sentenced to prison, when you get Andrew Tate back, there's gonna be missing teeth, legs, arm. Man, everything's gonna be missing, honestly. Everything. So, like I said, you guys, at the end of the day, it's like play stupid games, win stupid prizes, being a criminal or trying to profit off of the abuse of women, what goes around comes back around, and that's always fucking true. It's like you can't do shit like that and expect to like get off free. Yes, the last I heard he was in prison, so finally, it shouldn't happen. It should have happened a long time ago. I haven't seen Joe in a while. Just contact him yourself. Dude, Andrew Tate is useless, dude. Andrew Tate has done nothing but commit crimes. I'm telling you right now, have you ever seen Andrew Tate's mom? Exactly. I feel so sorry for Andrew Tate's mother, honestly. Honestly. Um I'd be surprised if the mom didn't neck from shame and embarrassment from her son's actions. Dude, like if I had a son like that, like dude, like I'd honestly neck because I'd be so ashamed. Like, man, like I can't believe I put this trash in the world, man. I don't want to fucking live and open my phone and see my son's stupid videos. So, yeah, dude, for all we know, like the mom could have like deleted from shame. I genuinely would not be surprised. It's like, how would you guys' mom react if she found out that you were selling women, trafficking, beating? There's videos of you beating women, seeing these awful videos, making stupid courses like Hustlers University. Like, how would your mom react? Like, I know, like most of you guys would agree, like, yeah, mom would neck from shame. So, which is awful, It's like, I feel like as a son, it's like, first of all, your mother went through so much. Not only did she have to put up with, like most men suck, right? And it's like, especially if your dad was a loser male. So she not only had to put up with him, but also brought you into this world, fucking worked her ass off to raise you. The least you owe to your mom is to be a functioning member in society and not make shameful, embarrassing alpha bro videos. I promise you guys, all of these males that have a podcast, all of their moms are ashamed, and I promise you the moms are on antidepressants because that is like every mom's worst nightmare, literally. Like, you guys have no idea. Like, obviously, like, the girls laugh and think these guys are a joke, but the moms that are actually, like, like, this is their son. Like, do you have any idea, like, how those moms must feel? So yeah, no, I feel like this isn't spoken about enough, but like, how are the moms doing? Like, we need Moms Mental Health Awareness Month because I'm telling you guys right now, there are a lot of ashamed and disappointed moms in this generation. Andrew Tate speaks facts. Like, no, like I genuinely want to know how his mom's doing. Like, is the mom well? Like, where is mom? Like where is she? Because for all we know, she might have deleted or might be in an asylum. Her son might have drove her into an asylum or an early death. Because Behavior like this is absolutely enough to, make a mom feel like this. Well, I mean, where's Andrew Tate's mom? Do we know? So, what was I gonna say? I mean, I'm obviously a good person. There's no reason I wouldn't be a good person. What was I gonna say? Donald Trump's mom hated him, and oh yeah, wait, I want to see Donald Trump's mom's interview. But yeah, just so you guys know, all of these misogynistic incels, these retards with podcast mics, do you think that their moms love them? Do you think that their moms are proud or like, look at my son's podcast? Or when they're, at brunch with the girlfriends, like, oh, look at what my son's up to. Do you think that they're bragging, about these guys? No, like they're crying and they're ashamed. They're talking to a therapist and like, what the fuck did I do? How, how could my son betray me like this? I remember when my son was a baby and he was in a, I don't know, like teddy bear costume and now he's a fucking monster. What happened? Searching for answers, right? So, moms are very ashamed. So, really, the real victims are the moms, I feel. But yeah, and by the way, you guys, it is not a mother's fault when a son goes off to be an incel at all. It's a very sad thing, but this is why like all women, have you guys heard the term daughter or an abortion? Well, this is why, because there's nothing you could do. You could give your son everything, you could teach him everything you need to teach him, do everything for him, give him the best life you can, right? And he could go off to do gangbanger shit, right? Or he could go off to do incel shit. Like there's nothing you could do. This is why males are a liability. It's like, and you guys know it too. Like a male that's a bad male, right? It's like, imagine like basically, like imagine a male that's like deranged, like a deranged, sick woman abuser male. No matter who he dates, bro, it doesn't matter who he's with, he's gonna abuse the girl, right? So it's same thing with like sons. It's like if you have an incel or like a son like Andrew Tate, there's nothing that could have happened, because guess what? I recently found out that Andrew Tate did grow up with a father and his father beat the fuck out of him. So that tells me that his dad probably was a really smart guy, and hence his father knew. His father saw that disappointment that lied beyond the horizon, and his father tried to, fucking save his wife. Like, holy shit, my punk son's a ticking time bomb. So his father tried very hard to beat the incel out of his son, but it didn't work. So Andrew Tate got all the beatings, but it didn't do anything. It didn't do anything. So, this is why I genuinely believe that, some males are just born sick. Honestly, because literally, it doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter sometimes. So, yeah, no, that's exactly what it was. Yeah, apparently, Andrew Tate, had an abusive dad that beat him a lot. It's like, no, your dad was not abusive. Your dad was probably a really nice guy, actually. And, was trying to do his best to, like, beat the incel demon out of his son, and it didn't work. It didn't work. Some male in my chat said Andrew Tate's advice doesn't work with women. I tried it. Oh my god, I tried it, and Andrew Tate's a liar. Of course Andrew Tate's a liar. Guys, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, this is the only advice when it comes to women that you guys need. Never listen to what a man says. Men don't know anything about women. They don't know shit about women. You never listen to what a male says. Honestly. And also, you guys, another part of it is too, you need to accept most people are not going to like you. You know how, like, with a woman, right? With a woman, most males will like her. But when you're a male, most women aren't going to like you. That's just the way it is. Like this is no matter what, honestly. You know, if you being an incel is only gonna make it to where no one likes you. But if you're not an incel, like the truth is, yeah, most won't like you. You know, just cause I don't know, just cause you know, women hate males as as a system. You know, you were born into a gender with a dark, shameful past of, you know, doing bad stuff to women. You're born into a gender that, you know, look at the news, oppresses women, and so that's going to leave a really bad taste in most women's mouth, you know? It's nothing to get emotional over. So that's part of it. Some women are not even attracted to males. You know, some women are asexual, some women are gay, some women are, you don't know. You don't know. You know, there's always more to the story, right? And then maybe some women want to be cat ladies, or maybe you're just not what they're looking for. I mean, you don't know, and it doesn't matter. But you should expect to get rejected by the majority of women. I know, man. I don't know how women do it, bro. It's so crazy. But, you know, I'm just always shocked when I see like how many fatherless males we have in society. You know, it's like I feel like I'm kind of like a dad, you know, like I feel like, and which by the way, just so you guys know, I expect you guys to buy me a really nice gift on Father's Day. You know, I do a lot for you guys. I father you guys, you know, 365 days of the year, so you motherfuckers better get me a gift. Some male in my chat said I appreciate that, but I'm pretty depressed, especially in the last 2 days. I got rejected by the love of my life. Oh my god, man. And if you guys are getting depressed over like a woman rejecting you, man, you have a really tough road ahead of you. Man, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, life is gonna be really hard for you. You got a really, really, really rough road ahead. That's all I'm gonna say. So, and also, guys, like, you know, you shouldn't need to, like, you know, oh, she wasn't all that. Like, you shouldn't need to do that to, like, be able to accept rejection. You know, it's like this whole, she's not the right one. Like, that's just as bad as, like, crying over getting rejected. You know, because in both scenarios, it's like you're not accepting reality. Okay, the reality is, you know, she probably is an amazing woman, hence why you like her, and so do a bunch of other males. She's probably, you know, has many great qualities, but she said no, that's it. You know, but this whole, because you notice how, like, it's kind of like escapism, like, oh, well, she was never that pretty. It's like kind of running away from reality. It's like, no, accept the reality, face the facts. It's not a big deal, you know? You just need to start telling yourself, this is not a big deal. Me thinking this is a big deal is being delusional. I need to stop being delusional. It's simple. It's like, dude, why is it so hard to get males to accept, like, you know, common sense? Or maybe you guys should maybe you should tell yourself that, oh, because she is so beautiful. Maybe I got rejected because she is so beautiful, because she is so amazing, and I should expect this. And I won't be the last. Like, I'm just one of a couple thousand. That's it. You know, whichever way you guys want to tell it to yourself, it's like, just move on. Exactly, like they're trying to find reasons, or, oh, well, I don't want to be with her anyways. It's like, no, just accept the reality. It's not a big deal. You know, it's so crazy. And dude, it's like these males are totally, it's like, bro, the fact that males are like crumbling and falling apart over like stupid stuff like this. Yo, what is this? Over like stupid shit like this. It's like, how are you guys gonna function in life? What are you guys gonna do when you guys find out that you owe taxes, are you guys even paying your taxes? Like, what are you guys, oh, I'm depressed, I need to pay taxes. Or what are you guys gonna do when you guys, you know, realize, you know, like, let's say you get your first apartment and then you realize, oh, you owe $2,000 for repairs or for cleaning. It's like, oh my God, like what are you guys gonna do? You know, there's a lot, or you hear that your grandma died. What are you guys, how are you guys gonna react to that? Or you hear, no, you don't, no, we are not gonna hire you. Like, I'm just saying, man. It's like really pathetic.
Criminal defense is in his corner, and this week, his attorney made some shocking claims in court in hopes of changing the course of this case.
Yo, what the fuck is this shit? Oh, I don't like this guy. I don't like the new guy they have for Law and Crime. He is an incel, so I don't want to watch anything he's in. Apparently YouTube's like fucking over creators. I am Jewish. Yes, I am. Ashkenazi for getting specific. But anyways, you guys, let's head over to my main channel. I'm gonna go ahead and reset. Make sure you guys leave a thumbs up, and remember all of my social medias, including the spicy content sites, located over in the link me, which will be pinned in my chat.